Good evening, everybody, and we are coming to you live from Watertown High School as we get set for this Badger Lard Conference matchup between the Watertown Goslings and the DeForest Norskies. Hello again, everyone. My name is Ethan Buss. Thank you for taking the time to join us on this foggy evening here in Watertown, and we have a good one on the docket tonight. Coming into this game, the Goslings 4-13 overall, 0-9 in conference play. Meanwhile, on the other side, DeForest comes in with an overall record of 8-11, 1-8 in conference play. The Goslings coached by Chad Hayes in his second year. Meanwhile, DeForest will be coached by Eric Stewart. Tonight, DeForest will be wearing the away black uniforms with the yellow outline, purple numbers, while the Goslings will be wearing the white uniforms, blue letters, blue numbers. As we get set for this matchup, taking a look at the conference standings, both teams towards the bottom. DeForest in 7th in the Badger Large Conference. Meanwhile, Watertown in 8th place at the moment. Tonight, Brett Schwefel is the leading scorer for the Goslings, 19.2 a game. He has done a phenomenal job this season. Meanwhile, Kelvin Hurchin right behind him for the Goslings, averaging 12.2. And for the visiting DeForest Norskies, 16.7 a game for Jackson Accardi. He comes in to what is now his junior season, and he has been phenomenal for the Norskies. And also averaging 16.7 a game, Lincoln Hopman, who has been, I would say, a breath of fresh air, if you will. This team had a lot of turnover in DeForest. Brady Hardig, one of their leading scorers, graduated. Alex Van Uyen graduated. Mason Keys graduated. James Hodge graduated. A lot of graduating starters for this team. And so DeForest, who left last season with a pretty good record, comes into tonight with a different story. Just trying to find some identity here to end the season. Meanwhile, we're going to turn it over to the Watertown Pep Band led by Reed Ledoux and the national anthem as we get set to go here in what should be a good one. Once again, Eric Stewart is the head coach for the DeForest Norskies. The Goslings with Chad Hayes as the head coach. We got a good student section here tonight. It's been loud in here since the JV game. It was a good finish between DeForest and Watertown in the JV game. DeForest coming away with a victory, 58-53. The game went to overtime, so that is why we're delayed this evening, because of the overtime situation. But nonetheless, we are here. We are ready on a foggy night here in Watertown High School. The Norskies are here. The Goslings are here. The Pep Band is here. Let's play some Gosling basketball tonight. Braden Smith and Jackson Accardi will be doing the tip-off here at the Gosling logo as we get set for this Badger Large Conference matchup. And the tip is won for DeForest, and they will start with the basketball. And as of late, for DeForest, it has not been great, but once again, I think you're looking at two teams who are still searching for some identity, even as the season gets long. As that ball's knocked away, back the other way, Camrath will lay it in. He's got it. The first basket of the night for Camrath puts the Goslings up 2-0. DeForest comes into this game tonight off of a loss to Onalaska on a 3 on the way for Jackson Accardi. The leading scorer for the Norskies. He's a good shot, and he continues to be fantastic. 16.7 points a game for Accardi, and we're going to get a whistle and a turnover. And this ball is going to go back to DeForest. It's going to be a foul on the court. Braden Schmidt called for the foul, number 15. Tate Ingeseth brought it up the court for DeForest, and now they're going to try to work something in the paint. And that ball is off the foot of Lincoln Hopman, and it's going to be out of bounds. Goslings are going to get the basketball here, and so Goslings turnover, no problem, as DeForest turns it right back over to the Goslings. A 3-2 Norski lead after the three-pointer from Jackson Accardi. Here's Jake Hurchin, who had a phenomenal game last time that we were here for the guys. It's been a while, it feels like. Hurtgen working his way around. Schwefel will go inside to Braden Schmidt. Out back they go to Reese Camrath. He got it! Camrath has all five of the Goslings points here in the early going. 5-3, Goslings. Accardi dribbles in. And you know they would love to go through Jackson Accardi here tonight. Now they're working inside to Anthony Glenn. Glenn dribbling, now kicks it back out. Working it over to Hopman, whose shot is not going to count. Foul on the floor by Jake Hurtgen. His first, team second. And so the Norskis will inbound here. Pass comes in to Tanner Ingeseth, who's going to drive the lane. Shot is up, no good. Ingeseth battling for his own rebound. He gets it, saves it. Kick and three from Hopman, he got it. Lincoln Hopman is also a really good shooter. Averages the same as Jackson Accardi, 16.7 a game. So they have two scorers who average over 15. That's pretty good. They're working inside to Braden Schmidt, who's going to spin his way to the hoop, and he's blocked by Jackson Accardi. That is not going to be easy tonight. Accardi 6'7", certainly has a size advantage, and one of the best players in the conference. Accardi thought about a three, almost lost his balance there for a second. It spelled disaster for DeForest. They work it inside to Glenn, who throws it up, and he got it on the jump hook. Anthony Glenn, the senior forward. Coming in tonight, averaging 4.7 a game. As now Braden Schmidt will pass it over to Brett Schwefel. 8-5 Norski lead with 14:46 left here in the first half. Shot by Jake Hurtgen's off the mark. Ball's on the ground. Rebound Calvin Hurtgen. And they get it back, and the floater is no good. Rebound will go to Glenn, and back the other way come the Norskis. And the Goslings come up empty on that possession. Jackson Accardi off the mark. Rebound goes to Glenn. Here comes Hopman driving the lane, and now he'll kick it back over to Accardi. And they work it around to Glenn once again. Anthony Glenn is pretty good size himself, stands at 6'3". They definitely have some monsters on this offense, and that was a problem last year, as Jackson Accardi is going to travel with it, and it's a turnover, and it'll go back to the Goslings. Meanwhile, Brady Schauer is going to check in the game here for Braden Schmidt. Schauer's had a really good season for the Goslings, averaging 7.4 a game. Well above his average of 4 a game last year, so he's certainly improved. Brett Schwefel dribbles left side, looking for help. He'll pass it over to Hurtgen. Calvin Hurtgen, who's having a great season himself, averaging 12.2 a game. He's been on fire the second half of the year. Really bumped that average up, and now Schwefel will throw it away, and they're going to say it was tipped off of Anthony Glenn. It certainly didn't look like it from my vantage point, but that is the call from the officials. Meanwhile, we're going to get a substitution here. Cameron Cron's checking into the game, as well as number 12, McAllister Hayes, for the Goslings. McAllister Hayes has been a sharp shot for the Goslings this season, averaging 4.7 a game, but it has been much needed. He hit back-to-back threes in the last game we did. He can certainly shoot it from three, as now Cameron Crons bounces it inside to Brady Schauer. Hurtgen lost the basketball for a moment, recovers, Hayes for three, off the mark. Rebound will go to Jackson Accardi. Accardi turns the corner, saw the one-on-one matchup, couldn't get it to fall, gets his own rebound and lays it in. Accardi's got 5 of the Norskis' 10 points here in the early going. 13 minutes left in the first half. Spinner jumper for Schwefel is off the mark, and DeForest will get it back here. Anthony Glenn out to Jackson Accardi, and he misses the three, rings in and out. That three-point ball has been really effective for Accardi this season. They're going to work it inside to Brady Schauer, and now he kicks it back out to Crons. Over to Schwefel. Schwefel's been quiet so far. He's the leading scorer, averages 19.2 a game. Back over to Hayes as they work it around once again. Hurchin, top of the circle, had it picked away. Hotman will lay it off the glass, and he's got it. So an easy layup for Lincoln. Hotman puts the Norskies up 12-5. It's now a 7-point lead with 12:07 remaining here in the first half. Once again, thank you for tuning in tonight for this Watertown TV production. I am Ethan Buss, and as always, just take a seat by the fireplace. Listen to us on the evening. You know, it's still a little chilly outside at night. We got a good one tonight. 7-point lead right now for the Norskies as they bounce it inside to Schwefel. He'll throw up the hook, and he got it to roll. That's a good-looking shot from Schwefel. He's got his first basket of the night. And the Goslings now cut the deficit to 5. Hotman for 3, he got it. Lincoln Hotman with 8 points in the early going, and he is on a roll right now. Hard to stop him right now. He's definitely got the hot hand as Brady Shower tried to bounce it inside the Cron. Somehow it was saved by McAllister Hayes. Now the ball goes back across half court. The Goslings will get it back. Kelvin Hurchin over to Brady Shower. They work it back to Schwefel. Schwefel dribbles around. He'll take the 3. That's off. Attempted rebound by Crons will not be successful. It hit the baseline, and so it's a turnover. So Jacob Hurchin is checked in for Watertown. Meanwhile, for the Norskies, a slew of substitutions as well. Ben Bodden is checked in for the first time, number 2. Jumper put up here is no good. Ball is on the floor and a travel called. Caleb Brando, who just checked in, number 24, gets called for the travel. Meanwhile, a slew of other substitutions as well here for the Norskies, and we just mentioned Caleb Brando, number 24, who checked in. Also checking in is Tucker Grundle, number 15. Jake Hurchin through the legs, fancy moves, passes it over to Shower. Brady Shower turns the corner, throws it up, and he's fouled. And Shower is going to go to the line here. It looks like Brooks Ullman is wearing number 24 tonight, and he's the one who gets called for the foul. Shower misses the first shot. Kelvin Hurchin's going to check back in the game for the Goslings. Shower misses both shots from the line. It's going to remain 15-7. As Jackson Accardi gets a screen, now takes the jumper, and it's no good. But the rebound, good hustle on that time by Tucker Grandal. And the Norskies hanging on to that 15-7 lead here with 9:56 left in the first half. They move it around and work it underneath. Shot is no good for Grundle, and it's back the other way to the Goslings. McAllister Hayes dribbling around, passes it off to Kelvin Hurchin. Kelvin now bounces to Jake and back over to Hayes. And it's just been an impressive run for Kelvin Hurchin this season. That ball, man, somehow missed the line. I thought it might have bounced out of bounds. They say it doesn't. Hayes passes it over to Crons as the Goslings start to move the ball here. And the DeForest sideline makes some noise as the shot goes up. No good. Rebound, Jackson McCarty. Back the other way. Open 3 for Lincoln. Hot minutes off the mark. Rebound, though, Ben Bodden. And now a second chance opportunity for the Norskies. Bouncer inside to Grundle. They work it around and back inside they go. Kick 3 on the way for Ullman is no good. Rebound, Brady Shower. Again, if you're checking your program, Brooks Ullman wearing number 24 tonight. Usually wears 32, but wearing 24 tonight. as Calvin Hurchin hits the deck, almost lost the ball. Jake Hurchin saves it. And the pass goes all the way over to Brady Schauer, who turns and drives, and it's blocked by Accardi. It's going to stay on this end. Some more substitutions here. Braden Schmidt coming into the game for the Goslings. Meanwhile, Nick Hermanson is also going to check in, number 34. Cameron Kranz turning, spinning, shot is off the mark. Rebound will go back the other way to DeForest. And the Norskies are going to try to add to this lead, up 15-7 with 8:11 left to go here in the first half. Bounce pass inside, and it's thrown away. Coach Hayes almost had a souvenir over there. Brett Schwefel will come back in for the Goslings, as well as Reese Camrath. Camrath has the hot hand right now for Watertown, but they've cooled off for a little bit here. He's had 5 points in the early going. In fact, he scored the first 5 of the game as Braden Schmidt puts up an aggressive hook and gets it to go. 15-9 in favor of the Norskies. Again, DeForest trying to work it inside, and they do. Grundle's shot rings out. Rebound goes to Hurchin, and back the other way come the Goslings. Up court they go. Braden Schmidt works his way in again, and he's got it. Back-to-back baskets from Braden Schmidt, and it's a timeout for Eric Stewart and DeForest with 7:22 left as the Goslings have cut the lead to 4 here in the first half. What a good start, good student section here tonight. Packed gymnasium. It was tough to find a place to park out there, I don't know, but anyway, we all got in here, that's okay, that's what matters. Again, as I said before, great JV game before this one. DeForest edging Watertown 58-56 in overtime. So if you're not joining us tonight, you missed a good one right before this game. The early going tonight, Lincoln Hotman has 8 of the 15 points for the Norskies. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Goslings have 5 points from Reese Camrath and now 4 from Braden Schmidt, who's playing very aggressive. And he was when Jackson Accardi was on the bench. Let's see if they try to keep him aggressive with Accardi now checking back in the game. Brooks Oman passes it over to Hermisman, and now they're going to drive in. The shot is good. Lincoln Hotman again, and he's off to a hot start. 10 points of the 17 for the visiting Norskies. And he has them up by 7 with 6:53 left in the first half. Schwefel turns the corner and now kicks it out. Jake Hurchin for 3, off the mark. Braden Schmidt fighting for the rebound, he got it, throws it up, can't get it to fall. Never quite got his balance after the first dribble there and just couldn't get a balanced shot off as a 3 on the way for Hotman is off. Rebound goes to, well, it was Hurchin for a minute, but it's off of his chest and out of bounds it goes. Looks like we have a couple of new players in the game for DeForest as well. Eli Galvin, number 35, is checked in. I think the big thing for DeForest to keep number 1 and number 3 fresh and on the court as much as possible. Those are their 2 leading scorers, and this team runs through them. And there is number 3. 3 on the way for Accardi is off the mark. Rebound, though, another offensive board for DeForest. Accardi's shot is no good. Schmidt went up for it and lost it, and we got a lot of contact, and a foul is finally going to be called. I think they're going to get Calvin Hurchin here. We'll find out in just a moment. It is Calvin, his first, team's 3rd here in the first half. Accardi will inbound, and DeForest trying to capitalize on yet another possession given to them off of the foul as Accardi fakes the 3, turns and drives, lays it in. He is fun to watch. He's got 7 points here tonight, and it's 19-11 Norskies with 5:40 left here in the first half. Pass out to to Calvin Hurchin rather. Now over to Jake. And they get it to Schwefel, who turns, drives in. Shot is off the mark, and the rebound will go to Hermansman as they go back the other way. Throw up court, just too wide, and now a three on the way from Lincoln Hopman. He got it again. Timeout, Chad Hayes, and they need it as all of a sudden DeForest is pulling away. 22-11 with 5:18 left here in the first half, and boy, what a start to this game for Lincoln Hopman. He has 13 points. He averages 16.7 a game, so that is absolutely remarkable to see him almost already nearing that average, and we're not even done with the first half here, but what a game for him. Sometimes one thing you can always tell in games like this is judge the energy. Who's bringing more energy? And so far, it feels like the Norskies are bringing just a little bit more energy. They've been a little bit more aggressive, and that has kind of led to the score that we're seeing right now. Well, let's see if the Goslings can get back in it. Tate Ingolstead is checked back in for the Norskies. Anthony Glenn, number 11, also checking back in for the Norskies as Hurchin hands it off to Camrath. I believe Dominic Wood is checked back in as well, so a slew of substitutions for DeForest with their two leading scorers still out there as the shot is off the mark from Calvin and the rebound goes to Jackson Accardi. You have a guy like Jackson Accardi who can really do everything. He's so difficult to guard. You take a chance, try to double team him at some point. We'll see if they decide to do it. So far, no. They have stuck with the one-on-one matchup, and Accardi has made him pay a couple times. He's going to try to do it again here as he drives the hoop. Shot is off the mark. Rebound will go to Hurchin, but he could not corral it off his foot. And another fresh possession for DeForest off of a Watertown mistake. Has kind of been the story here as Eli Galvin is going to inbound it here, trying to get it into Accardi. They'll get it to Anthony Glenn instead, and he'll lay it in. Glenn's got 4 points for the Norskies, 24-11 with 4:05 remaining here in the first half. Inside to Braden Schmidt, now back out to Camrath. Goslings looking to finally get a score on the board. Schmidt left wide open for three. It's off the mark. Rebound will go to Dominic Wood, and back the other way comes DeForest. They get it over to their lead man, Jackson Accardi. Ball is out of bounds off of Dominic Wood, and it's going to go to the Goslings here. Hard to tell, but from my vantage point, it looks like they made the right call, but again, very hard to tell for sure. So the stoppage of the clock came with 3:43 left as now the Goslings will bring it up the court, trying to get themselves back into this game before halftime. They work it over to Jake Hurchin. And now over to Calvin for three. He bounces, no good. Rebound goes to Camrath. Nicely done by Reese Camrath as Schwefel drives over to Braden Schmidt, and he got it. Give Reese Camrath a lot of credit. He made that play happen with that rebound, and now he's called for the foul. Looked like a clean play, but they're going to get Camrath. A little bit of conversation between Reese Camrath and Dominic Wood. While Lincoln Hopman's going to check back in the game for the Norskies. He's the leading scorer tonight by far for both teams. It's kind of the same thing we saw last year. And it's stolen away. Schwefel to Hurchin, back to Schwefel, he lays it in. They need him to get going, and he just laid it in for his fourth point of the night. 24-15, and now the ball's knocked away, and it'll go back to Watertown. Brooks Ullman will check back in for DeForest. Well, the Goslings here with a little bit of a momentum swing as they scored the last 4 points, trying to get back into this one. Jake Hurchin, and a travel call. So a lot of that in the game we called last week here. Brooks Ullman will inbound here for the Norskies as they'll bring it up the court. Their lead is 24-15 with 2:32 and counting left here in the first half as that ball was almost thrown away. Bounce pass inside, back to Jackson Accardi. He'll pass this one off. Jumper is good. Brooks Ullman has his first basket of the night, and the 6'1" sophomore is on the board. Bouncer inside to Kelvin Hurchin. He got it. Well executed. That's the first bucket of the night for Kelvin Hurchin as Anthony Glenn tries to answer quickly. He misses but saves his own shot, and now a foul will be called on Reese Camrath. Reese isn't happy, but kind of happened right in front of us here, and it looked like they got the call right. So some substitutions here. Camrath and Schmidt will take a seat for the Goslings. Cameron Kranz, number 22, and McAllister Hayes, number 12, will come back on the court for Watertown. They work it in to Jackson Accardi, who's one-on-one with Kranz. The shot is no good. Good recovery defense there by Kelvin Hurchin. Made it difficult with the double team. Now he's got the ball, and so do the Goslings with 1:40 left here in the first half. Down 9, Schwefel. Hands it off to McAllister Hayes. 1:30 left. Hayes has that hot three-point shot. We'll see if he uses it here tonight. Schwefel spinning, turning, shooting, no good. Was looking for a foul. It ends up off the glass and into the hands of Jackson Accardi. Anthony Glenn passes it inside. Ullman gets it to go again. Brooks Ullman has 4 points. The lead's back to 11 with 1 minute remaining here in the first half. Kelvin Hurchin bounces it over to Schwefel, who lost the ball for a moment. Schwefel turns, dribbles in, shot is up, and no good, and now they're going to get a foul call. First foul on Schwefel, team 6th, and we're going to get Elliot Wraithley coming onto the court for the first time. Subbing in for Brett Schwefel. Boy, I don't know about that foul. I was watching it, it looked like just the two teammates collided, and that's what caused the player to hit the deck. Nonetheless, they call Schwefel on the foul. 32 seconds left here in the first half. Jackson Accardi dribbling in again, and foul called. Elliot Wraithley acting like it was on him. It looks like it is. It's his first, team's 7th. And now Jackson Accardi, who's been just so hard to stop, makes the first shot. And now Brett Schwefel will check back in the game. And Jackson Accardi's got 9 points here in the first half as he makes both free throws. It is now 30-17 with 23 seconds left as Schwefel brings it up the court here for the Goslings. Schwefel dribbles around, almost had it stolen away. He's still got it though, hangs on to it. Hurchin turns the corner, drives, kicks it over to Jake. Jake back over to Kelvin as Kelvin will have it stripped away, but it's going to stay on this end with the Goslings with 5.2 seconds left here in the first half. Maybe enough for a couple dribbles and a shot. We'll see what they do. McAllister Hayes, 3 seconds. Schwefel, shot is up, got it! So Brett Schwefel at the buzzer cuts the lead to 10 here in the first half. My goodness. All right, well, DeForest will go to the half with a 30-20 lead. Lincoln Hotman leading the way right now for the Norskies, 13 points, 9 points for Jackson Accardi. And for the Goslings, they have 7 from Brett Schwefel, 6 from Braden Schmidt. When we come back here from Watertown High School, we will have the second half of action coming at you. Once again, first half score, DeForest 30, Watertown 20. We'll be back in just a little bit. are back live here at Watertown High School as the second half will be underway in just a couple of minutes. Here between the Goslings and the Norskies, it is 30-20 right now in favor of DeForest. They played a really strong first half here. 13 points for Lincoln Hopman in the first half for DeForest. Meanwhile, 9 points for Jackson Accardi, as those two men lead the way for the Norskies. Meanwhile, for the Goslings, 7 points from Brett Schwefel, 6 from Braden Schmidt, and 5 from Reese Camrath to lead the way for them. We'll have to see how the second half of play shapes out here, but definitely a winnable game for both teams. And we talked about the fact that both these teams have struggled here coming into this game, and we'll have to see if both teams can break out of that slump a little bit. Watertown coming into this game lost 3 in a row. 1 game here to Monona Grove, 1 game at Beaver Dam, and then 1 game at Oconomowoc. They lost all 3. Meanwhile, for DeForest, they came in losing 4 in a row. They lost at Wanakee, at home against Oregon, at home against Milton, and at Onalaska, which was their last game last week. So something's got to give here tonight. Somebody's going to break a losing streak, and we'll have to see which team it is going to be. Meanwhile, as far as conference standings go, it really has no effect on the conference standings. Whoever wins will remain in 7th place. Really, the Goslings, I guess, could move up 1 spot, but regardless, it doesn't look like much change will happen there. But as far as this game tonight, one thing is for sure, we talked about the energy early on that we're seeing from DeForest. That has seemingly been the difference, but towards the end of that first half, it was Brett Schwefel who nailed the 3, and maybe the Goslings can take that and kick it into gear here to start the second half. We're about 40 seconds away from getting underway here from Watertown for the second half of play. Again, my name is Ethan Buss. Thank you for listening to us this evening for this Watertown TV production on this foggy yet delightful day. I hope you guys have had a wonderful Tuesday as we roll forward from Watertown. A great crowd here this evening. The pep band is here, the cheerleaders are here. Definitely surprised to see this many people, but it's a good showing for Tuesday night, no doubt about it. So Watertown will start the ball. Start with the ball, rather. Brett Schwefel will get it, and here we go. We are underway in the second half. Possession arrow currently favoring DeForest as we get rolling. The Goslings looking to try to strike first, and they'll get it underneath to Schwefel, and he's denied by the rim, and it's no good. And back the other way come the Norskies, as Tate Ingeseth will bring it up the court here for DeForest. Bouncer inside to Glenn. He kicked it out. Now they get it back into Glenn. They got the mismatch they wanted, and Glenn gets the basket. They worked a switch, had him up against Schwefel. That was a mismatch. Glenn stands at 6'3", Schwefel at 6'2", maybe. And Glenn got the shot there, but now on this end, we're going to get a foul. It'll be on Glenn. His first, the team's first, and Jacob Hurchin will go to the line for the Goslings. Jake's got the first. That is only the 2nd foul all game on DeForest, which is absolutely remarkable, but the first here in the half, as Hurchin will make both shots from the line. And he's got his first basket of the night, and the lead is back to 10. Turning in is Ingeseth. He puts up the jumper, and it's no good. And they're going to say an offensive foul. They're going to say Ingeseth reached over, and so the Goslings will get the ball. That's his first, team second here in the half, as Schwefel will bring it up the court here for the Goslings. And if Goslings are going to get back in it, they will need Brett Schwefel for sure. He's their leading scorer, averages 19.2 a game. Turning the corner is Camrath as he passes it over to Braden Schmidt, who's had a really strong game here tonight. They're going to say it goes off of Ingeseth and it will remain with the Goslings. Talking about that strong first half for Schmidt. He had 6 points for the Goslings, and he was really playing strong and confident in the paint, and they need to play confident right now if they're going to get back in it down 10. Schwefel gets it over to Calvin Hurchin. Now they bounce it inside to Jake. He shoots it, no good. Rebound goes to Jackson Accardi. Boy, they've had a couple of shots at the rim that just have not gone in here to start the second half, and the lead remains 10. Ingeseth passes it over to Lincoln Hopman. Hopman, the junior, drives, got it. 15 points on the night for Hopman already. It's 34-22, and a 12-point lead for DeForest with 16 minutes left here in the second half rather. Calvin Hurchin passes it over to Braden Schmidt. Schmidt will now hand it off to Schwefel as the Goslings try to find something inside, but it will remain outside the arc. Good defense as Jackson Accardi took it away. Might have got away with a push as Dominic Wood tried to get the shot to go and he couldn't. It's off the mark. Rebound, Jake Hurchin. Camrath pass over to Schwefel, who turns the corner. Jumper from the elbow, can't get it to go. Sailed right over the hoop and into the hands of Anthony Glenn, and now a three on the way for Lincoln Hopman. It's off. Rebound, Schmitz. Had it knocked away for a second, but he's got it, and now up court they go to Hurchin, and he's blocked by Anthony Glenn. Hurchin wanted a foul, the refs don't agree, and it's a turnover again on the steal. Jake Hurchin is gonna lay it in. Well, we knew Hurchin was gonna score on that possession no matter what. Calvin Hurchin was up the court and waiting for it, but he doesn't get it. Dominic Wood hits the deck and gets back up, as now they work it down inside to Anthony Glenn, and a called foul on the hold. Second on Jacob Hurchin, team's first here in the half, as the inbounds pass goes to Glenn. Now in the corner, Accardi drains a three. Well, I told you he's fun to watch, and he is quite the player. Averages 16.7 a game, but does not do it justice for his skill set. Bouncer inside. Oh, what a play by Anthony Glenn to knock that one away. Hurchin hit the ground hard, but it looked like a clean block from Anthony Glenn. We talked about Jackson Accardi, 12 points tonight, and now an offensive foul. That's Jake's third. He's going to have to take a seat, as McAllister Hayes is going to come back in the game for Jake Hurchin. Probably a little sooner than Coach Hayes had hoped to go back to his bench here in the second half, but he's got to do it quickly, as now Dominic Wood, what a move, gets the shot to go. Well, the 5'10 senior makes it look easy there, as it's now 39-24 DeForest with 14:08 left here in the second half. Here's Brett Schwefel, layup off the glass. Schwefel has 9. Anthony Glenn gets it over to Lincoln Hopman. Now Jackson Accardi for 3. 15 points for Accardi. He could not let Lincoln Hopman hang on to that scoring lead tonight. They both have 15 now, as that shot is no good for Brett Schwefel from 3. Great performances from the two leading scorers, Hopman and Accardi, as Hopman drives here and he's fouled. They're going to get Brett Schwefel on the foul. Hopman is going to go to the line and shoot 2. And Hopman misses the first shot. Hunter King will check in, number 4 for DeForest. Brooks Oman, number 24, also checking back in. Meanwhile, number 22, Cameron Cron's into the game for the Goslings. And number 21, Brady Schauer, also back in, as Lincoln Hopman misses both. And Lincoln Schwefel will bring it up the court here for the Goslings. Schwefel tried to turn in. Now he has it stolen away. Good job by Lincoln Hopman, who's going to lay it off the glass and in. Hopman's got 17, and Chad Hayes has to use a timeout with the Goslings down now 44-26 with 13:08 remaining here in the second half. So, you know, coming into this game, it felt like a winnable matchup for the Goslings, but right now that statement does not look so good. These teams met earlier on this season in DeForest on December 8th. And it was DeForest who got the win that night, 71-60. And this performance tonight has been much better for the Norskis. As the student section gets fired up, the resident Calvin Mallow, always a great around here at Watertown High School. (44-26), 13:08 left as we come out of the timeout. Cameron Crons is going to inbound it here for the Goslings, and they're going to try to do whatever they can to get back in this game with the time they have left. Schwefel gets the screen. Passes it over to Kelvin Hurchin, off the glass, can't get it to fall, but a foul is going to be called on Dominic Wood, his first, the team's third, and now Kelvin Hurchin will go to the line. Kelvin's been a little quiet tonight as he misses the first free throw. He's shorted off the front of the rim. Only 2 points tonight for Kelvin. Make it 3 now as he gets that one to bounce in. 44-27, 12:54 remaining here in the second half. Lincoln Hopman brings it up for DeForest. They work it inside to Jackson Accardi, and now kick it back over to Dominic Wood. And now Accardi for 3. That one was just pushed a little too much. It's off the mark. And a foul is going to be called here on Hunter King, who came off the bench moments ago. His first, the team's fourth. And now Ben Bodden will check back in, number 2 for DeForest. Meanwhile, Brett Schwefel brings it up the court here for the Goslings. Working around the Gosling logo, trying to find his way in. Thought about a 3, changed his mind. Kicks it out to Hayes. They worked it back into Schwefel. Now Hartgen for 3 off the mark. Rebound back the other way to Lincoln Hopman. Up court they go to Oman. His shot won't go. Rebound Schwefel. And Oman just took it right away from him. And he lays it in. Well, that is not going to make Coach Hayes happy. And we're going to get a whistle here. And a foul will be called. It's his first, team's 5th. Now Jacob Hurchin, number 3, will check back in. Reese Camrath, number 14, also back into the game. Inbound goes to Jake Hurchin. Brady Schauer for 3 is short. Hunter King ends up getting the rebound, and back the other way comes DeForest. 19-point lead here for the Norskis. Not the game, and that's an offensive foul called on Hunter King. He lowered the shoulder. Going to be the second on King, who just came in a few minutes ago. He hasn't played that long, but nonetheless, good defense by Crons to draw the foul, and the Goslings get it back on the offensive foul. Camrath passes it inside to Schauer, trying to work his way in, and he traveled. Took that little extra hop, and they called a travel there, and now DeForest will get it back. All the way up court to Accardi, who's trying to work that one-on-one matchup with Brady Shower. Shower is a crafty defender, though, as he knocks that one away. I don't know if that's the one-on-one matchup Jackson Accardi wants. Shower, very heads-up player. They're going to try it again. One-on-one, Accardi's shot, no good, but a foul is going to be called on Brady Shower, and I got to tell you, I don't know what he could have done differently. He did a really good job, but they call the foul anyway. Jackson Accardi going to go to the line, and the shot is in. 16 for Jackson Accardi. And now he's got his average with 17. And it's Hotman and Accardi going back and forth, 17 each. As now Camrath hands it off to Jake Hurchin for three. That one's going to roll out. Rebound will go to Hunter King, and back the other way comes DeForest. Jackson Accardi for three. He got it. 20 points now for Jackson Accardi. He's having a game. 51-27 with 10:50 remaining here in the second half. Reese Camrath turns the corner, trying to make something happen. Passes it over to Jake Hurchin. Now they get it over to McAllister Hayes. Hayes turns the corner and he's fouled, and they're going to give Ben Bodden, that's his first, team seventh. A lot more fouls in the second half called against DeForest. They only had 2 in that entire first half. And now in the second half, they've had 7. McAllister Hayes will go to the line. Watertown is in the bonus. Hayes makes the first. First basket of the night for the freshman, McAllister Hayes. He's got a really good three-point shot. We haven't seen it tonight. And he makes both from the line. And we're going to get a timeout here. 51-29 in favor of the Norskis with 10:34 left in regulation. What a second half here from Jackson Accardi. He sure is fun to watch. He can play, and tell you what, he's one of the best players in the conference. But 20 points for Jackson. Meanwhile, his running mate, Lincoln Hotman, has 17 points as well. Definitely not a quiet night for Lincoln either. Well, the Goslings have shared the ball a little more. 9 points for Brett Schwefel, 4 for Jake Hurchin, and 6 for Braden Schmidt, 5 from Reese Camrath. Those are the first 5 points of the game. And now out of the timeout, DeForest is going to inbound, as Ben Bodden is going to bring it up the court for the Norskis. Three on the way for Jackson Accardi. That one was way off, and the rebound goes to DeForest. And the shot by Ben Bodden goes, and he's got 2. First basket of the night for Bodden. Schwefel spinning, turning, shooting, off the mark. And rebound will go to Ben Bodden, and back the other way come DeForest. Oh, that ball went all the way up, hit the referee in the feet. Ends up in the hands of Jake Hurchin, and now Schwefel trying to lay it in, and he couldn't get it up there. And I bet Chad Hayes is going to try to tell him, use the backboard, and now the layup on this end is no good. Back into the hands, Hunter King, can't get it to go. Another offensive board. A lot of them tonight. Now 3 on the way for Ben Bodden. He missed it completely. Into the hands of Hunter King, puts it in, and he's fouled. It's Jacob Hurchin who commits his 4th foul. And Hunter King is going to go to the line and try to make it a 3-point play. And he does. So King has made a bit of an impact. He's got good size, stands at 6'5". Senior doesn't play all that much, but he's getting some good minutes tonight and is taking advantage of those minutes. Camrath turns and drives. Pass baseline to Kranz, who had to run up to get it. He's fouled, and the shot is good. Foul is going to go against Hunter King. His third, team's 8th here in the second half. And now Kranz will go to the line to try to make it a 3-point play. So a lot of substitutions here, as most of the starters will come back in for DeForest. Kranz indeed makes it a 3-point play. 56-32 with 9:13 left here in regulation. The Goslings go to that full court press. Tate Ingeseth working against McAllister Hayes. A lot of contact. Timeout is going to be called here for DeForest. Just didn't look like they had a good play called, so Eric Stewart takes the timeout, and they're going to talk it over with a 56-32 lead here. Again, 8:58 remaining in the second half. We talked about the performance from Jackson Accardi. It's been incredible, but sometimes you get unsung heroes, and I would say that Brooks Oman has been one of those. He's got 6 points for DeForest. Meanwhile, Hunter King has also played some really good minutes tonight. He's only got 3 points, but defensively he's played well. Also, Anthony Glenn has had a great game, 6 points for him. So they're getting it from all areas of the court. They usually don't spread it around all that well, but tonight they've been doing it pretty well. Out of the timeout, Anthony Glenn will inbound this one all the way over to Lincoln Hopman. Hopman in trouble here as he gets it over to Ingeseth, and the Goslings swarming defensively inside Anthony Glenn, who lays it up but can't get it to fall. It looks like he lost it for a split second. That might have cost him there. The Goslings back the other way, trying to up the intensity a little bit. McAllister Hayes on a floater, can't get it to go. Rebound goes to Jackson Accardi. And now Tate Ingeseth will bring it back the other way for DeForest. 56-32 with 8:20 remaining here in the game, as the jumper is good. It's Lincoln Hopman again. I should say the floater is good. He's got 19. McAllister Hayes for 3. He got it. 5 points now for Hayes. A good-looking shot. And Hayes, the freshman, is really impressive. 3 in the corner is good. It's Lincoln Hopman, who's now got 22, and back and forth he goes with his teammate Jackson Accardi, but Reese Camrath quickly answers on this end. Camrath's got 7, his first basket since early on. We got a tie up here for the ball. Anthony Glenn ends up with it. Good defense for the Goslings, and somehow DeForest clears. And a jumper from Lincoln Hopman off the mark. Rebound to Ingeseth, and again, another offensive board. Goes to Dominic Wood this time. Accardi is going to turn the corner, kicks it out. Wood turns, takes the easy jumper. Oh, and it rolls out. Rebound goes to McAllister Hayes, and back the other way come the Goslings. Bouncer over to Camrath. Camrath dribbling around, pass over to Hayes. Hayes looking for some help, dribbling, pass over to Kranz, who turns, spins, kicks it out. And now Camrath takes it in. Over to Kranz. Out to Calvin Hurchin for 3. He's off, rebound. Goes to Dominic Wood, and back the other way comes the Norskis, and you can see Coach Stewart saying, let's slow this down a little bit here. Goslings tried to up the pace. DeForest fell for it for a little bit, and now they're going to try to slow it back down, as they should, with a 61-37 lead. Anthony Glenn shot is off, might have been tipped a little bit. The pass up court is almost turned, it is turned over rather. Lincoln Hopman took it away, and he gives it over to Jackson Accardi. 6 minutes left here in the ball game is a 61-37 lead. Jackson Hopman floater, can't get it to go. Rebound goes to Anthony Glenn. And now a bouncer to Accardi, who's got the shot, and he's fouled. Hardy's got 22. Foul will go against Cameron Cronz, his first. Team sixth. Jacob Hurchin will check back in for the Goslings, as well as Braden Schmidt. Meanwhile, Alex Margraf for the first time checking in for DeForest. 64-37 in favor of DeForest. Braden Schmidt's shot is off the mark. Tate Ingeseth will come up with the rebound and back the other way. 5:30 remaining here in regulation. Pass is up for grabs. Accardi comes up with it. They work it around to Ingeseth, who. And the senior guard's got his first basket of the night. 66-37 now, DeForest. Cronz over to Hurchin. Calvin Hurchin now over to Jake. Hurchin turns the corner, drives, puts it up, no good. Rebound goes to Jackson Accardi. Definitely not the game we were expecting tonight. I think on paper it looked like this could be a close game, but it has been really anything but here since close to before halftime. My goodness, Lincoln Hopman made a great play, and it looked like Calvin Hurchin had a clean block, but they call a foul. They're going to get Cronz for the foul, his second. Team seventh. Hopman will go to the line. Watertown in the bonus. Hopman makes the first shooting foul regardless. Hopman now has 23 points in the game for the Norskis to lead the way. 22 for Accardi. These two guys have just gone back and forth all night. 24 now for Hopman. And that could be it tonight for Jackson Accardi and Lincoln Hopman. We'll see, but I don't know if there's any need to play them as Braden Schmidt backs in and gets the shot to go. Well, I tell you, as soon as they take out Jackson Accardi, it turns into a Braden Schmidt game underneath. Really hard to guard. They try to work it inside. The Goslings tried to save it, but he stepped on the baseline. Brooks Ullman will check back in for the Norskis. Meanwhile, Karsten Hurchin will check in for the Goslings. Good to see Karsten Hurchin get some minutes. Brooks Ullman for three, got it. So Ullman's got 9 points, 71-39, and now a three on the way from Camerath is off. My goodness, so much going on here. Back the other way to DeForest. Wow, what a play that was. Tucker Grundle, just beautiful touch passes all the way down the court. And now a three on the way from McAllister Hayes is off. Rebound goes to Grundle. He tries to get it up court and somehow does. The lob inside to Brooks Ullman is off. Grundle got the rebound, couldn't get the shot, and then got the rebound again. My goodness. Three on the way is no good. Rebound though, Tucker Grundle again. And now a foul will be called. More subs coming in for both teams. 73-39. Now McAllister Hayes called for the foul, his first, team's 8th. Tucker Grundle will go to the line. Grundle has 2 points tonight. Make it 3. Grindal, the 6'4" senior. Another physical player off the bench for this Norski basketball team. And the second shot is short. Grundle tried to save it, good effort, but it will go back to the Goslings. Well, the Goslings also adding in some subs here. Gavin Stavarius will check into the game for the first time. Also, Davis Cashin is in the game. Landon Washidis also in the game for the Goslings. DeForest tried to break that time and they couldn't. Dylan O'Brien also in for Watertown, number 24. Karsten Hurchin, step back three, got it! First basket of the night for Karsten Hurchin, and it's 74-42 with 2:37 remaining in this one. Alex Trouch passes it out. Turning and driving is Talon Wood. We got a foul called here. We're going against Gavin Stavarius. That's his first, team's 9th. And now Talon Wood will go to the line. And he got the first shot. Wood, the 5'10" senior guard, doesn't play much, so you know these minutes are always important for guys who don't play much. They can try to show what they have. Wood misses the second shot. That ball's going to bounce everywhere and back into the hands of the Norskis, and it's another offensive board. And a three on the way is good. Alex Margraf hits the three, and he makes it 78-42. Stavarius drives off the glass. Oh, can't get it to fall. Rebound will go to Alex Trouch, and he brings it back the other way for DeForest. Over to Alex Margraf. 1:49 remaining. Three on the way for Trouch is no good. Rebound will go to Landon Washidis. And Washidis will turn and drive, and his shot is off the mark. And it's going to go off of Dylan O'Brien here, and it'll go back the other way to DeForest. Thomas Goman is going to check in the game for the Goslings, as well as Jackson Hubner. Actually just seen Thomas Goman before in the JV game, and here he is again. Pulling double duty tonight. Three on the way is off the mark. Rebound goes to Goman. Back the other way comes Karsten Hurchin. Hurchin looking for some help. He'll get it over to Goman. Goman all the way across court. Back over to Karsten for three. It's off the mark. And into the hands of DeForest, and back they come the other way. And a foul called, offensive foul. It's going to go against Nick Hermisman. His first, team's 9th. And the Goslings will inbound it here with 54 seconds left in this one. Hurchin will take the shot, can't get it to go. Rebound goes to Hubner. Inside to O'Brien, gets it to go. Dylan O'Brien, the 6'5" senior, coming in, gets the basket. Margraf shot is no good. Rebound goes to Thomas Coleman. He's got another rebound. Uh-oh, tried to get it over to Karsten, and it's tipped away. 16 seconds. Sometimes these can be the best moments in a blowout situation. You get to see the bench players come in and play hard, and you know they're doing everything they can to prove that they earn some minutes. And they're going to say this ball goes off of Margraf, and it's going to go back to Watertown. So Gavin Stavarius is going to inbound it. Tavares, oh, trying to get it over to Goman. Turns it over. And a slam from Hermison. He's got 2. And now Goman for 3. Oh, off the mark. And that'll do it. And so the final score tonight is DeForest 80, Watertown 44. Kind of a tough game if you're a Gosling fan. I think they expected this one to be closer, but at the end of the day, too much of Jackson Accardi, who finished with 22, and too much of Lincoln Hutman, who finished with 24 to lead the way for the Norskis. The Goslings, meanwhile, got 9 from Brett Schwefel, 8 from Braden Schmidt, and 7 from Reese Kamrath, but it was not enough tonight as they fall short in this one to the DeForest Norskis. All right, so coming up next here for Watertown, they are going to be hitting the road, traveling to Oregon. That'll be on Friday the 9th before they return home here on Saturday the 10th to play Mount Horeb. Meanwhile, for DeForest, they will make their way back home and play Fort Atkinson, and they will stay home then to play Beaver Dam as well in back-to-back home games. Again, the final score tonight from Watertown High School is the DeForest Norskis 80 and the Watertown Goslings 44. My name is Ethan Buss, and for Watertown TV, we thank you for tuning in this evening. Hope you all have a safe night, drive home safe, and we will see you next time.